Ryan Porteous tops off a great week for him, and Martin Boyle continues to prove why he is among the elite attackers in the Cinch Premiership. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, here to review Ross County versus Hibernian and Dingwall. It finished Hibs 2, Ross County 0. And before I get into the game, I just do not know how Martin Boyle hasn't attracted more interest from top, bigger clubs in recent years. Maybe, I don't, by top, I don't mean top in Europe, but I mean, at least, let's say by the Old Firm, for example. And I know Celtic are gifted with attacking players, but let's look at Rangers. Would Martin Boyle really look at a place? Would he not start over the likes of Scott Wright, Fashion Sakala? Of course he would. I don't know, it baffles me. It baffles me how no one, like Rangers Celtic, haven't looked at this guy. That no bigger clubs in maybe the Championship haven't looked at the guy. And I think it's a great signing. I was surprised when Hibs managed to get him back. I heard rumours of it and I thought, nah, that's not going to happen. There's no way Martin Boyle's going to, return to Hibs after just 6 months. But fair enough, he did. And he's continued where he left off, continuing to score goals, continuing to create chances, always dangerous, always looking like he has a goal in him, and he had a goal in him today. But this was all Hibernian. From the first half, with a good PORTEOUS free kick, he just put it wide, and moments after that, he hit a thunderbolt, a pile driver, so to speak, and it was saved by the goalkeeper. Good attempt there from PORTEOUS. We had Urua, had a chance for Ross County, but it was a team effort, man. He was in a good position, should have done better, but team shot, saved by Marshall. We then get into the second half. Hibernian get their first goal of the game. A little bit fortunate, in my opinion. Long throw into the box. There's a group of players contesting for the ball. It hits. PORTEOUS is by this stage, he's facing away from the ball, and he's kind of bending over. Now, the ball hits him on the back of the head, then falls directly at his feet. So he couldn't have asked for much more here. Then he smashes it, laces it into the bottom of the corner. I mean, it's lucky from Hibs, no doubt about it. It's fortunate, but to this stage, they probably were the better team, and I think they deserved a goal. So I don't know. I mean, it was lucky, but maybe they deserved that bit of luck. But then it was Martin Boyle who put Hibs 2-0 up. Ball came in out wide, low pass. Boyle just smashed it home under the keeper's legs. 2-0. Hibernian were on the attack again, and PORTEOUS is a good player. No one's doubting that, no one's denying that. But there was one chance in the game where he's running forward and he gets body checked, and that's fair enough. He goes down like he's been shot, fair enough. But then when he sees the counter, when he sees the attack that's still on for Hibs, he gets up. So he's up watching this attack, ready to join in if need be. And then as soon as the ball goes out of play, he just goes back on the deck again. I mean, what one is it? I mean, you're supposed to be a man here. You're supposed to be a professional footballer. 1 minute you're on the ground pretending to be hurt, then the next minute you're back on your feet, and then when you see the chance is over, you're down again. We've seen Bassinu do this, I believe, at the start of the season for Aberdeen, and it's just fucking pathetic. Or was it the end of last season? I can't remember, but I remember watching it, and he went down, and he got straight back up. He was down pretending he's hurt, then Aberdeen scored, and as soon as they went in, he's up celebrating. I mean, stuff like that's pathetic looking. But anyway, Martin Boyle, like I said, Hibs were 2-0 up here. Martin Boyle had a bunch of other chances. He came in from out wide, had a couple of shots from multiple angles, to be fair. Ross Laidlaw made the saves for Ross County, but Ross County, in terms of getting back in the game, never really came up with anything, never looked like getting back in the game, and in the end, they didn't get back in the game, and it was another win for Hibernian. Now, I was not sold on the Hibernian manager, but he has, he's pulled out some decent results. I do think they've been lucky at times, though. I mean, a couple weeks ago when they played Aberdeen, didn't look good in that game. Obviously, they came back when Aberdeen went down to 10 men. They were lucky in the Rangers game. They were lucky in the Hearts game to get something out of these games. I mean, if you look at the early part of the season, I know it is still early, but if you look at the early part, I mean, a lot. Even the winner against St Johnstone was very late on. The draw against Hearts and Rangers very late on. I mean, they were scoring points literally in the dying moments. But now, they have put a couple of good wins together, and they find themselves sitting fourth in the table with 14 points. So, yeah, I think I predicted Hibernian to finish 8th. I have to go back here. I definitely would put them a little bit higher than that. I mean, I think I had Kilmarnock above them. I had Dundee United above them. that clearly isn't going to be the case. So, yeah, if I was doing my league table predictions, I would change that. I would put Hibernian a bit higher, especially when I done the predictions. They hadn't signed Martin Boyle. If I knew that, that would play a huge part in where I think they're going to finish. So, I mean, looking at it now, I think Hibs are looking good for a top 6. And I'd be a bit surprised if they didn't get top 6, because, well, they should. I mean, if we're being honest, they should be in the top 6. Top 6 should be the Old Firm, Hearts, Hibs, Aberdeen, and then probably either one of St Mirren or Livingston. That's what the top 6 should be, and that's what the top 6 probably will be. Anyway, guys, that's good there. Big win for Hibernian, 2-0, pretty easy in Dingwall. And Ross County are in trouble, aren't they? They need to pick up points somewhere. Anyway, peace.